Alright guys, this is a video on price action. I'm going to be doing this today on Boeing. Um, I'm going to choose December month. Um, so about 2 months ago, Boeing was trading at about 290. It had a high of 292 at the time. So I'm going to go over how I use price action in my trading. And price action is very important to me. This is my number one thing that I use in order to trade options, stocks, whatever you want. If it's in the stock market, price action is my go-to. So we're before the market opens, we're on the 4-hour chart. So I'm using candlesticks, and you could tell they're candlesticks because they look like candlesticks. Green means that it opened. Well, the candlesticks means that, like for this one's green. This one opened at 277 and it closed at 284. So that's a big green candlestick. The high was about 284.79. And then the next day it opened at 284 and it ended up closing at 282, and the low was 281. So these are candlesticks. These are what I use for price action. So I look for support and resistance lines on the price action. So I trade off the 5-minute chart, but I go up to the 4-hour chart just to see what's going on. So I could see right here, this price action right here, as it's trending up, it does look like right here it's a little consolidated, and it broke past that. So it was trying to get past that, couldn't get past that. Try to get past that, couldn't get past that. Try to get past it, couldn't get past it. Tried to, couldn't get past it. Tried to, and it finally got past it. So this was resistance. So now, since that was resistance, it's now support. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a line there as support. And what I like to do is I like to get my support very obvious. So that's my support line. So my support line is 286.48. Right now we're at 290. So that's about a $3.50 cushion right there that hopefully we don't go below it, but if we do, that should hold. So we're hitting resistance at 292, and if you could tell by the chart at 291, looks like there's some resistance too. But we have our support line right here, and it's the pretty closest one before the trading starts. So let's go back to our 5-minute and look at there. So you can see at the 5-minute, this line gets hit, and then it finally breaks through. And then there's some resistance right here. So let's see. So there's definitely resistance right here. About right, say this area right there. All right. So we have our support and we have our resistance. So we're going to be looking to see which way this goes at the open. Is it going to go towards our resistance, or is it going to go towards our support? And the first candles are going to be very important. And I'm going to explain why once we go through. So the market just opened. And let's see how it goes. Okay, so there we go. There's our first candlestick. All right. See how the volume is. It's coming in. It's green. Let's see where it goes. Now, I'm going to be placing trades in this example just so you know how I trade. I wait for this candle to form. I wait for the first two candles to form to see the direction. So the first candle is always green to always red to green, green to red all the time. So that really doesn't tell you much, but it is important because it does create another support and resistance line depending on where the stock goes. And I'll explain more once the candle closes. So right now it looks like it's making a tail. So that's a good thing. A tail is, let's see. So this is a tail. This is a tail. That's a tail. That's bullish. Bullish, bullish. Tail. This tail, bearish. Tails on the top, bearish. Tails on the bottom, bullish. So let's see. Oh, just fell. So let's see where it closes. Speed it up a little bit. Now, trading takes patience. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to have patience. Now, some might have seen that tail and it go green, and then they buy calls on it. And look at that. Now it's turning down red. So you would be negative in your calls right now if you jumped the gun. So, and the same thing with puts. If you see this and you're like, oh, now I'm gonna buy puts, and then look at that now, it's turning back up to green and making a tail again. So then you would have to get out of your puts. So you have to be patient and you have to wait for this candle to close. You have to wait for the first two candles to close. That will tell you, that will give you an idea of the direction that the stock wants to go in. So this one just closed green and it's a tail, right? So that's a good thing. That's bullish. So what I'm going to do, what I like to do is I go to the bottom of that and I draw, I'll go to the top and I'll draw a line. I'll go to the bottom and I'll draw a line. So those two are my support and resistance lines for the day. Depending on what direction this stock goes, this is going to be my support or resistance lines, these two. So right now it looks like it's going bearish, but we have to wait till it closes. We have to wait till the direction of, see how it closes. So the first candle is bullish. Now the second candle looks bearish, but we have to wait. And if we get mixed signals, then we have to wait for the third candle. So if we would have got a green candle here and then a green candle here, I would have started buying calls. Because it would have been green here. I would put my and then it would be green here and I'd put my support here. So it would be green, and then if it started falling back down past my support, then I would sell out. But see, if it was red here and red here, then I would buy my puts, and this would be my resistance, and if it broke through that, then I would sell my puts. So this is looking bearish. The third candle is looking bearish. but we have to wait for the close. We don't want to jump the gun. It just turned green. We don't want to jump the gun on these. We have to be patient. So if your first two candles don't tell you the direction, then you wait for the third. Now look at that. Third candle is very, very bullish. Very bullish. Now at this point, if it comes back down right here or stays above this line right here, I would start to buy calls. But you want to wait for the close. You want to wait for the close because this could turn negative really quick. But this made a tail, that made a tail. That's telling me it's bullish. So at this point right here, I would buy 2 calls. So let's buy 2 calls right now. BA. Let's see. It's trading at 291. So 290 is in the money. So we'll go 2 out. So we'll buy 2 calls at the mid. 288. Oh, the mid just changed. 218. And we'll send that in. So it closed. Let's see. Zoom that out. So it closed above, but it made a tail. But it did close above. So what I am going to do is I bought 2 calls. It hit the support. It's holding. So I'm gonna buy my other calls. I'm gonna buy 8 more. I'm at mid 785. And let's see. All right. So it held the support. And let's see how this one goes. And if it passes my support, I'm not going to sell. But if it closes under my support, then I will sell. But this looks like it's going up. And let's see what we're at. Right now we're at negative. Oh no, that's here we go. We're at positive $9. Positive $9. Okay. So it looks like it's struggling to get past this area right here. So this area pre-market, it looked like it struggled, and it looks like it's struggling to get past that again. So this could be another resistance point. But it's holding the support. So until this closes below my support, I'm going to keep holding. So these are my stop losses right here. These 2 lines. If it passes this one, that's major, that's caution. Passes this one, that's sell. So it looks like it wants to uptrend. We got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So then test this again, and let's see what happens. So it's finding that resistance again. It's trying to push through. We could look at the volumes too. Volume on the green, good. Volume on the red, low. Volume on the green, good. Volume on the red, low. Volume on the green, good. That's good. That's bullish. And it just passed our resistance. So it just passed the resistance right here, but it has a second resistance right here. So I wouldn't buy more until this is passed. So if we look at what we have right now, we're up $759, right? Okay, great. Now, it's finding this resistance here. So it passed this resistance, the major candle on good volume. Now let's see if we could pass this one and close above. If it closes above this resistance, then I'll buy more. But if it doesn't, I'll stay with the position I have. So it looks like it's going to close above, hopefully. And then we could buy some more and make a little bit more money. So our first support held past this resistance. Now, it's making a tail on this resistance. It got to pass through and close above this resistance. Looks like it's having trouble, but it hasn't closed yet. That's why you have to be patient. Patient trader is a successful trader. So let's see how this goes. So it's 6:59. So it's about 30 minutes in. Okay, that just turned red. That's not good. So I didn't buy more, but it still hasn't passed this. So it's still in good shape. Although this is a bearish candle, I'm going to hold until I see that this is changing directions. So this is support now. So let's just add that in, as this was resistance, and now it's going to be support. So let's see if this holds right here. And let's see if we get a turnaround. Let's look at our position. We're still up $600. It looks like it's holding that. Hopefully it holds that. But it's 7 o'clock and we're up $600. We were probably up $900 to $1,000 up here, but patience. You know, if you wanted that as your stop loss after it passed this resistance, you could do that. You just got to wait for this to close below it, not poke its head below it. You want it to close below it. If that closes below it, you could use that as stop loss and you could get out and you would have a profit of $600 even. Let's see. So I held that. So let's see what happens next. Sellers are pushing it back, but the buyers are coming in. They're holding this position. They're holding that. Let's see if they could hold it and push it back up this resistance. Again, if they push it past this resistance, I'll buy more. If they don't, I'm not buying anything. Seeing how it plays out. So we're about 37 minutes into trading in the day. First 30 minutes is always the most important. So we have a direction, it's uptrending, and essentially this could be a bull flag, as we have a large green candle, and then we have a pattern that's ascending downward. That could be a bull flag. That's why you don't want to sell exactly when it's trending down slightly, because you could get a good pop up. So it looks like this that was resistance and now is support is holding, and it's going to try to test this resistance up here again. So it's poking its head out again. Let's see if it can push through. So it's finding weakness again. It's coming back. See, where are we at right now? We're at $700. So we're 40 minutes into trading and $734 profit. So about 40 minutes, $700 for 40 minutes, just based off of the support and resistance. So it's breaking through. This has to close above. Once it closes above, I'll buy more. So it's reaching the same high, and then it just passed through it. I have a good feeling that this will close above. If it passed through this, I think it's closing above. So let's get our order ready. So it's at 292. So we'll do a block of 5 at our mid. Let's see. Once it closes, I'll put the buy in, because it could reverse real quick, just like this one did. But I have a good feeling that it will, because it passed this higher high. So there it is. It just closed above that. So let's get 5 more. That one filled. So we got 5 more. And this one's going. So it's going. Let's see what we have. So this one just hit 1,000. Our first one just hit 1,000. 5 contracts. So we just put on 5 more contracts, and that's at $22 profit. So there's no resistance above this. So what we're going to start doing to reduce our risk, since this is already a profit of 1,000, I'm going to start taking some of these off. So I'm going to take 5 off. 5 off at the mid. So at the mid, I'm going to take 5 off. All right, so I just locked in some profits. Look at the charts. Okay. So it's still above. So this is our support line now. This is our support line, and this is our stop loss. So once it passes this, we're going to be cautious. If it passes this, we're selling. So let's see how it goes. We already took 5 off. So we already took 5 off. So we're negative $65 on here, but we're positive $600 on here. And we already took a $500 profit. So let's see where we go from here. So this is almost an hour in. It's 7:22. 7:22, and we have $1,000 profit. So we could close that out if we wanted to and just walk away, but this uptrend is pretty solid. So we could draw that trend line. We could draw that trend line and see if it keeps going. So we could use the trend line as a support, and if it passes that and passes that, we could say, all right, so if it passes that trend line, then we'll be cautious. And if it closes below that, then we'll sell as a stop loss. Depends on how high this goes. Because remember, this is our support right here. But we could use our trend line as a support too, as it's been supporting all of these. So let's see right here. So this just broke our trend line here. So let's see if it hits our support or if it goes up. So we're getting some resistance right here. So resistance is right there. So we got resistance right here. But remember, look at this. Big candle, bull flag. Boom. Big candle. Let's see. Looks very similar. Looks very similar. So let's see if we bust through that or if we go back the other way. It's testing this resistance again. It's going to break through. It's going to come back. Where are we at in our profit? We have a $1,200 profit, $35 profit. See, it just broke through, made new highs. So when it makes a new high and it's pushing through resistance, this is a critical point. Because if it breaks through that and it makes a new high and it closes high like it just did, it's going higher. So it closed up. So this is our support now. So that's our support now. So what we want to do is, let's see. We want to wait for this one to take it off the table. So if this holds and it closes above, then we'll take our old position off the table and we'll leave our other position on. See if this holds. That holds, it closes above. We're going to go make new highs. If it doesn't, it might break down. Okay, it made a tail. That's good. It's a good sign. So it's finding this support right here. And there we go. We just made a new high. So we're going to go here. We're going to take this one off. Close that. Close that. So we close that. Okay. And then, so we look at our other one. So we're 110 in the money on the 87.5, and we took $1,200 off the table. So let's go back, 87. Let's add 5 more. So this one just made a big new high. So we're at 410. Okay. So let's look at our trade. Cancel replace. Minutes 808. So let's see that. All right. So this is still our support. And this one's coming high. Our trend line is still intact. Trend line still intact. Support's intact. Made a new high. It has a tail. Let's see where it goes. We're at 470. If we just closed out now, we'd had a total profit of about $1,700. Okay, still going. Trend line, nice. Now you got to be careful when these stocks start going too far away from the trend line. That could mean that it's going to pull back soon. So this is going high, 620. 620. If we get to 1,000, we'll take off half the position. $820. So we just made 2,000 for the day. Okay. So this is pretty far off our trend line. Let's see where we're at. 795. Now we have resistance right here. Resistance right here. So this candle is equal to this candle. So where it closed, it opened. So let's see how this candle closes. This is a crucial spot. It's far away from the trend line. And if this engulfs this candle, that means that it's going to start turning towards the trend line. And if it engulfs this candle, if this candle engulfs it just like it just did and it closes like that, I'm going to take off half the position and wait until it comes back and passes this resistance to put half the position back on again. But if it pushes through, then we're fine. So this is resistance. No bear flag, or bull flag. See, bull flag, bull flag. So that just broke through the resistance. So we're at 1,000. I'm going to take half off. Order didn't fill. Order didn't fill. Let's see. My order's not filling. Cancel. Let's see. Get my 85. 84. Still not. Let's see. When you're trading, you can't let anything distract you. Got to keep going. Got it. Jeez. All right, let's see. So now there's resistance right here. All right. Watch this. See where it's going. All right, looks like it's getting a little consolidation right here. Bring that uptrend up. So this is support. Resistance. They've gotten closer. See where we're at. So we're at 1,000. So what's on is $335. And if I close out right now, we made $2,400 off of 10 contracts. Right now we only have 5 contracts on, so limit the risk. It's breaking through that resistance again, and it's going higher. If it closes above that, then we may buy some more contracts. Closed above it. Let's see what this one does. Get our order ready. So it's at 294. So about 295 would be in the money. So 290. 5 contracts. 715. Let's see. All right. So that one's going up. Let's see. This one's 435. All right, so we got 5 here, we got 5 here, so we got 10. 10 total. See, it looks like it's getting some weakness up here. Look at that uptrend. Crazy. Keep that going right there. Let's make that a little wider. There we go. So this was our support now. It just broke our support. So it broke our support. Now we're on cautious. Now we're on caution. We're on caution right now. Broke our support. So these are our stop losses right here. So if this can't push through and close above that, and it comes down through here, we're getting out of all our positions. And we may even reverse, depending on how the price action is. So it looks like it's coming back, but it's getting weakness. This closes like this, it'll engulf this candle, which would cancel that one out. Just made a new high. See if we could close. See if it could close. Oh, yep. Looks like it's going good. See what our profit is? So 472 and 87. Okay, so about $2,500 profit so far. All right, close above that. All right, so we're keeping our trades on. So 660, 150. All right, this is our support. Trend line still intact. So this trend line and this support are almost hitting each other. So that's strong support. If it breaks through both of these, then we're going to sell some. If it maintains that, we're going to hold on to our positions. $585, 87. That's 25, 20, about 2,600. Going green. That's a good thing. It hit the support. It's coming up. It's climbing up. That's a nice candle. 662, 175. That was a nice candle. So now the trend line is above our support. So now if this passes our trend line, that puts us on cautious. And then if it passes the support, then we sell out. Look at this monster run right here. See where we're at. 695, 685. Be patient. Just made a new high. Made a new high. We're at 695, 697. Let's see. I'm going to close this one out at 700. There's no need to be greedy. We closed this one out at 1200. And that was good profit. We could close this one out at 15 or 1460. Why not? 660. So trend line. Okay, let's see. Okay, 700. Closing that one out. Close that one out. Close that one out. Still rolling. We still got 5 contracts on, and we already made in the books $2,800. $2,800, and this would be 3,000. This is a heck of a trend line. Highs, 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 highs. Still going. 350. It's coming back down. See what it does. See where this one closes at. Remember, there's no resistance up top. These are all new highs. So it closed high, 350. So we're over 3,000 profit today. Bring that trend line. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So broke this trend line. Okay, it's going down. See, we still have support right here. So this was our warning. It went below our warning. So now we're gonna sell if it passes this one and closes. So if it closes below this, we'll sell. If it maintains our trend line, we're gonna keep. And if it closes above this, because this is resistance now, we might buy more. But this has run a lot, but who's not to say that it could run longer? So let's see what this does. You see all these lines right here? When we started, these lines weren't even here. Maybe one or two of them. But as you go, you see the price action. You see where it's hitting resistance. You see where it's hitting resistance? Then you see that resistance is now support. And it hits off that, it comes back, hits resistance, now comes back, hits support, now comes up, now comes back. And you see that trend line? Look at that. Held that right there. It closed right at that trend line because that trend line is support too. So we take that trend line and we keep pushing it forward. Now right off the bat, this one closed, or this one opened below our trend line. So that's a warning right there. If it starts coming down, then we sell. If it moves up and pushes through and closes above our trend line, that's great. We're still uptrending. But right now, it's a broken trend line. It opened below our trend line, so that we need to be on caution. And if this closes and then starts to head down, we're just going to take our position off. Because it already broke the trend line. And if this closes, it's hitting our support right there. If this closes below our trend line, that's it. Our trend is broken. Broke our trend line, and we get out of any position that we're in. And we wait for the next setup. It looks like it's any closed below our trend line. So we have $50 profit right now. So let's see where it goes. Hitting our support. It just closed. So we got to get out. Sell. Mid. Got out. Look at the charts. See what happens. Is it going to hold that support or is it going to go down? It starts to go down. So it just broke our support. Let's see if this closes below our support. So it broke our trend line, broke our support. See if it closes. If it closes, you could jump on puts, or you could look and say, hey, you know what? I had a 27, 28, 28.50. So I had a 28.50 day. I could walk away. Or you could say, you know what? I'm going to play this on the downside now. It broke our trend line. It broke our support. Looks like it's sending close below our support. Maybe I'll jump on some puts. And we could do that. Let's see. If this closes, so this closed below our trend line. This one is below our support. So let's jump on some puts. So it's at 294. So 295 would be our in the money put. So 2 would be 300. So let's do that at 5. 5 mid. Let's see how that works. So it hit this support and it looks like it's bouncing back up. So right off the bat, we're going to be, we're in at 12 bucks. Okay. Thought we're going to be negative. Let's see, are we negative now? Nope, we're in at 50 bucks. Okay. Okay, did I buy or sell a put? Oh, I sold a put. Oops. Let's get rid of that. All right, let's go back and buy a put. Nope, not sell. Buy. 5 mid. Okay. So we bought puts just to see. All right, now it's breaking through this resistance. So if it closes above this, then I'll get out of my puts because this is our stop loss right here. This resistance line, if it closed above that. So I'm going to grab my puts. $37 loss. And I'm going to get out of that because it closed above there. But it could be a fake out. Or it could be a bear flag. So bear flag is just like a bull flag, but opposite. So it could have a big down. These ones connect to each other to make a big down. And then it could trend up. And then it could fall. We'll see what happens here. Let's see if this support holds and where this goes. Looks like it's holding. Made a tail. That's bullish. In order for us to be extremely bullish on this, it would have to come back up into this trend line. That's a far drive for this to drive up that high. So this is going to be resistance now. So if it does come up here, it's going to hit this, and that's going to be resistance. This trend line is going to be resistance. So if it does have enough steam to push up, it would have to push up through this in order for the uptrend to continue. But as of right now, it looks like it's losing steam. It held over here. It looks like it might hold, but then it looks like it might not. So we don't have any positions on right now. None. We lost, I guess we lost $15 on that put. And we made $28.50 on there. So we're still up some. So it looks like a little consolidation. Maybe a bull flag, maybe not. Gotta wait for the confirmation. So it's 9 o'clock right now. So at 9 o'clock, we're up almost 3,000 and we're waiting. I don't really like to trade after 9 o'clock because the volume dries up until about power hour, which is the last hour. Then the volume comes back in. So between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, there's a lot of consolidation. Or moving in one direction, but very slowly, because there's very little volume. So as you can see, volume was high, 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 high. Then once 9 o'clock comes in, 9 o'clock right here, starts to dry up. Oh, look at this one. It's heading down. That's a big red candle. So it looked like it might be a bull flag, and then it reversed. Let's see if this holds. If this doesn't hold, then I would buy puts. I would get my puts ready. Trade. It's at 193. So 2 would be right here. Sell, buy. 5. Mid. It closed below it. All right. Let's buy those puts. Okay. Now this is resistance now. It's pushing through it. Let's see if it could close above it. So it looks like it's taking steps down. So it's past 9 o'clock. I said after 9 o'clock, things move, but very slowly. Although we did have a pretty good size volume on this sell-off. This green, not that much volume. We'll see where it closes. Now it's hitting this resistance. Broke through this resistance. Now it's hitting this resistance. Let's see what happens. So we're negative on our puts right now. Negative 165 on our puts. Now, even though this was our new resistance, we're going to wait and see if it could close above this resistance before closing out our puts. That's why we only buy 5. We only bought 5, reduces our risk. We're still up 2,500, even with this loss. but we have to see if it pushes through this and closes above this. It's pushing through. Let's see. Finding weakness at that resistance. Now, unless we get a major push up, we're not revisiting this trend line. So this is long gone. Now this right here, this is now strong resistance or strong support. So we're going to increase that and make it thicker. Not only that, we're going to change the color so it stands out to orange. So as you see, it was resistance, 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 resistance. Now it broke through. Support. Support, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. Let's see if it continues or if it falls. So it couldn't push past that. There's a lot of action going on this level right here. 294.71 looks like a very important level. So that's why we highlighted it in orange as a strong support resistance line. See if this one could push past it. It's trying. Hitting that resistance again. Can't get through it. Must be strong resistance now. There's a lot of sellers right there at that price. See, trying to push through it again. Can't do it. Buyers come in trying to push through that. Look at the time in sales. Oh, we can't do that on this mode. So we got buyers coming in 294.48. We have a bunch of sellers 294.58. Let's look at that 71 level. This is that 294.71 level. It's not showing us anything right now. See if we got level 2. Here we go, level 2. So finding resistance right here. Level 2 doesn't say anything on the... But there's big sellers at that level, but we could see it by the price action. Even though level 2 isn't saying it, we could see by the price action that 294.71 major resistance, and it can't push through it. Trying to push through it. No big buyers, no big sellers. But that 294.71 level cannot push through it. We still have our put, by the way. We haven't sold it. We won't sell it until it passes this area. Once it closes above this area, we'll get out of our puts. Until then, it shows too much weakness that it can't pass through this level. Once it passes through that level, that shows strength. But it can't. So we keep our puts. Actually, just because it can't pass this level and it's showing weakness, I almost want to buy more puts. But I'm going to be disciplined as a trader and not buy more puts until it closes below this line and shows me that it is truly weak. Because at any moment, any news could come out and this could pop. And I don't want to take that risk because I want to be patient and disciplined as a trader. And watch the price action. Although I know this is resistance and it's struggling to get through it, it's not showing me that it's ready to fall yet. Buyers are still coming and they're still pushing it. Although they're weak, they're still doing it. We're either going to see a big push up or a big push down. I'm betting that it's only going to push down, but you never know. Lots of consolidation in this area. Lots of consolidation. This is good support, good resistance. This is strong resistance right here. Let's see what it's going to do. Buyers want to come in. Looks like they're weakening though. Buyers running out. See where we're at. Negative 115. Closes below this. Might buy more puts because this is already showing me weakness. It can't pass this. It can't pass this resistance. That's showing me weakness. This close below that, that's showing me extra weakness. So unless this bounces and comes back up, it's showing me extreme weakness. But this is going down. Yeah, it was super strong over here, but it got exhausted. Look at the RSI. up here. Red, 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 red. Okay, once it broke, look at that. Broke through our trend line, the RSI started going down. Down, down, down. Just like the stock. Down, down, down. RSI is at 50. It's not too bad. So it looks like it's finding a little support there, but we'll see what happens. Look at that volume. Definitely looks like the sellers are in control. Sellers, seller, seller in control, seller, 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 seller. Look, this one just broke below, and this one, it looks like it's struggling to get back up there. Doesn't look like it's gonna do it. So this closed below the line. So I'm gonna buy some more puts at 300, 5, 745. Got it. Now let's see. I'm down 90 bucks. Pushing down. One, two, three, four. 4 red candles in a row from top to bottom. Let's see what this candle does. If this candle does this, makes a tail and closes green, and then the next candle closes green, that's bullish. That's a bullish reversal. When there's a downtrend and then a tail close up high towards the green, and then a confirmation green, then that's bullish. But it didn't. Closed red below support, and this one opened up below support. So that's bearish. So this one should fall, or it should continue to downtrend. So let's see where we're at now. Positive $35. Testing that resistance now. So this was support, now it's resistance. So it was green's friend, now it's red's friend. So let's see where that goes. And once this falls, we're going to be looking at this area to either sell or to see if it breaks through and bounces off of there. So we have many support lines right here. So this one's a support, this one's a support, this one's a support, this one's a support. So we have 5 support lines below this area. So hit that, came down. It's going to test it again, or it's going to fall. It's almost 10 o'clock, but as you can see, at 9 o'clock, started with the no move. After 9 o'clock, look at the moves. It's very consolidated. It took 45 minutes from this 9 o'clock. It took 45 minutes to break to the downside. 45 minutes to even confirm our trade after 9 o'clock. That's why I said after 9 o'clock I don't really like to trade, just because it takes so long to make a move. I mean, if we look back here from 6:30 to 7:30, look at the move we made. Huge. From 7:30 to 8:30, look at the move we did. Huge. And then 9 o'clock, we consolidate. That's usually how it goes. Unless there's mass buying or mass selling in the market. This is a regular trading day. 6 to about 9 is where there's a lot of action going on. After 9 o'clock, starts consolidating, moving to the downside, or consolidating, moving to the upside. Now let's see here. So this has been downtrending. So we want to make our downtrend. So downtrending, this is our downtrend. Okay. This is resistance. We bought our put here, and well, we actually bought our put here, or we actually bought our put here, maybe. And then we also bought another one here. So this is our downtrend. If it closes above our downtrend, we're cautious. If it closes above our resistance, we get out. So it closed above our downtrend, so we're cautious. Closes above our resistance, we get out. Looks like it found some buyers right here. Right here, look at that. Right here, right at the end of where that is. So that looked like it was resistance then. Or support, I mean. But look at this candle. Boom. Just swallowed that guy. Swallowed him. Oh, look at that. Major fall. Major fall. And it's probably going to come back up here because that's support. Made a big candle. Let's see where we're at. We're at $1,700 profit. So we're going to take some of that off the table. And take 5 off. See, I knew it was going to come up right here. So let's see. Take our 5 off. 5 didn't come off yet. What's going on here? Take our 5 off. There we go. Took our 5 off. All right. So we're leaving our 5 on. Okay, so our 5 just made 1,000. Is that right? So this broke down to the downside quick. Major selling right there. Lost footing. Major selling. Look at that volume right there. Big volume. This one, big volume too, but this one looks like it's coming back. But this is our resistance right here. If it doesn't push through that, we won't sell. If it does, we'll sell. Ooh, push through it. But is it going to close above it? Doesn't look like it. After this massive selling, if it does, that's a bullish sign. If it doesn't, then you continue on to the downside. Let's see. So it passed already 1, 2, 3. It hit the third support and it caught footing. Found buyers there. So found buyers there. Oh, it made a tail, but it couldn't pass this resistance. So let's keep our eye on it. So we already made, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,000 today on this trade. On these trades, with using 5 to 10 contracts at a time, no more than that. This is at 10 o'clock. So by 10 o'clock, we made $4,000 using only 10 contracts and putting on 5 at a time. First, we started with 2, then we went to 10, then we started taking off 5, then we'd put on 5. We want to limit our risk, but also we want to have skin in the game. So look at these volumes on these selling. That's huge. After this low volume and the downtrend, let's see where we're at. 625. Okay. Remember, this is resistance. This is support. This looks like strong support as this one hit that and came back up. All right, after this either breaks through this resistance or this support and goes down, or if it breaks through this resistance and goes up, then I'm going to close them out and I'm going to end the video. As you can see how price action works, both going up and coming down. So this has to close. Remember, we have to be patient. So this has to close below this. This support, it needs to close below it in order for us to continue our bearish sentiment. So it just closed below it. So we're bearish. look at our profit. We have 937 on our 5 contracts. So, and it's hitting this as support. So we're just going to close that out. 937. Sell it out. We made good profit today. Okay. So we made a total of $4,409 today. And how much did we risk? Let's see. What is it? 291. So 290 plus that. So 10 contracts at a mid, $8,000 for 10 contracts right now. So 8,000. So if we risked 8,000 and we made 4,000, then we made 50% profit today. And this continues down. And this will continue down until these two right here. This is major support right here. This is major support because it's the open. So this is the open. The open, if there's an uptrend, the open will be major support. If there's an uptrend and then it comes back down, then that will be major support. So most likely it will bounce off of here and go back up, or at least bounce off and go up a little bit. Rarely, unless there's a major sell-off, does it open uptrend, come back down, and break through the major support of the open and fall below it, unless there's a sell-off. Look at the RSI. It's going into oversold right where it's heading towards the major support. If I was trading this actively right now, I would see this and I would start to buy calls. I would see the oversold. I would see it coming to hit the major support at the open. And once it comes down to this area 190, I would start buying calls heavily. So I would even start to dip into calls right now at 191 because I'm so close to that area. So I'm so close to that area. I'm very close. 190, 50 is the area. And you were at 191. So what, 50 cents away? I would start buying calls now. But it might touch it. It might touch it. It might not touch it. Let's see. I would definitely start buying calls right now. Let's just try it. Let's see. It's at 190, so 2 in the money. So buy. And I would buy 10 calls. No, I wouldn't. I would buy 5 calls. And it's touching the support right now. I bought my calls and it's bouncing off just as I thought. And it's turning up in the RSI. So let's see. Let's get that confirmation. And if we get that confirmation up, then we'll buy 5 more calls. If we don't, and we pass this, then I'll sell my calls because this is the support and this is my stop loss. And it's so close that I'm not risking much. That's why I could buy 5 calls instead of 2. But look at it. Just as I thought, it hit major support and it's turning around. Look at the RSI. It's poking its head above. That close is good. Volume's coming in. Pushing up. Once that closes, if it closes green, then I would buy more calls. As of right now, 5 calls I just bought, I'm up $35. So that's pushing it. It hit that major support. RSI is turning up, passing this resistance, and let's see where it closes. It closed up above that. So I would buy 5 more. Got that. So we already have our support and resistance lines in. These don't change, whether going up or down. So that hit the major support, found buyers, came back up. See where we're at. Positive $345. All I've been using is price action. I haven't been using any indicators, no moving averages, no nothing. I do use 9-day moving average sometimes, but this video was strictly on price action. Yeah, I use a little RSI, but that just shows you, overbought, oversold. Majority of this whole video was just price action. Remember these trend lines, they act as support and resistance lines too. So when this comes up and hits this, it's going to act as resistance as well. So let's see where we're at. We're at a profit of 345 still. It's finding weakness. It's coming back down. If it closes below this support line, then we'll get out and we'll call it a day. So that held, that support held, or it's holding at least. Okay. Still bullish. Might consolidate some. Power hour, it might push back up. It's breaking support again. We have to wait till these candles close to do anything. They like to mess with you. They like to come down and then come back up. They like to fake you out. Trading is very psychology. They want to mess with your psychology. They want you to be fearful. They want to trick you. That's how they take your money. But if you're disciplined, you know your price action. See, look at that. Closed below there, and then it popped up. Like, how did that jump move over there? And now look, it's saying he pushed through there. How did it push it all the way down here and then open high here and almost going to push through this resistance? That's why you got to wait till the candle closes. Wait till the candle closes always. You want to be successful at this trading? You have to wait till the candle closes. You jump in too early, you might lose some. You might lose a lot. This candle pushing through. Pushing through. We got this resistance though. This resistance is coming up right here. That double resistance. See if we can push through that double resistance. See where we're at. We're at 500 bucks. See if we can push through that. So we have major support right here, and we have major resistance up here. This pushed through that, closed above it. That's a good sign. Now this has to go and push through this. Let's see where we're at. We're at $800 profit from just knowing where our major support was and our oversold. Mainly our major support. We knew we had an uptrend. We knew we had major support right here because of the uptrend, because of the open. So we bought here, and we're going to sell in this area. I mean, this is our sell point right here. It's major resistance. But, I mean, if we sell right now, we have $1,000 profit. And, you know, every time I have $1,000 profit, I like to take off half. So I'm taking off half. Took off half. Okay, this is resistance. If it pushes through, great. If it doesn't, I already took off half. So I just took off 500. Push through there, we might get to here. But now it's coming down. But that's okay because I already took off half. So I reduced my risk. So I'm not worried about this one coming down. I already took off half my position. That's why I could wait for the candle to close, because I have limited risk on. See, so this could be scary and be like, oh man, that one just engulfed that. I should take it off my position now. I don't want to lose any more money. But you got to wait till it closes. Yeah, that's resistance. But wait till the candle closes. Have the patience to wait for the candle to close. So it's 11 o'clock on the trading day. And we're up to almost $5,500. We just hit $5,500 for the day, trading $8,000 worth. So now we're over 50%. So even though this candle looks scary at first, now it doesn't look so scary because we waited for the close. It doesn't look so scary. And the next candle over makes it look even less scary. So let's see if this pushes through that. This pushes through that and it comes up here. Then we're going to close it out. It's pushing through. That's great. If it closes above this resistance, you could buy more. You could buy 5 more. Me, I'm going to hold off. I already have $5,600 profit for the day. I'm going to hold off and just see how my 5 contracts play out, because I don't want to put more risk out in there, the market, especially towards the end of the day, and lose the profit that I already made. So I'm going to wait and see how it plays out. And if it goes up, great. My 5 contracts are going to make more profit for me. If it goes down, that's okay, because I already have enough profit for the day. So this is support now. It closed above. You could buy 5 more contracts if you wanted. I'm not. Hit support. Comes up. Looks like support's holding. Gotta wait till it closes to find out. That's a good candle if it closes like that. That's a good candle in a bullish manner in this uptrend. So you see this uptrend again? It's holding that. Uptrend, uptrend, holding that. So that's double support right here. Double support. Double support. $600. All right, uptrend is still intact. See, double support right here. See if it holds. It's 11:30. There's an hour and a half left of trading. Power hours in 30 minutes. If this breaks support and closes below, I'm selling and calling it a day. Strong uptrend, consolidation, fall, V-shaped recovery, hit right off of the major support. To another uptrend. Not as strong as this uptrend, but it's doing all right. Maybe losing steam a little bit, starting to consolidate. This one opened below our trend, so it looks like it's breaking trend. If this closes below our support right here, I'm getting out. If it pushes through and gets above our trend line, it's going to keep on trending up. Ooh, broke it. Now we have to wait for the close though. Wait for the close. Wait for the close. Yeah, we're down a little, but gotta wait for the close. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. Now it closed. All right, so we gotta, it closed below. Now we gotta sell. So let's sell. We sold. So it closed below. It closed below our trend line, and then it closed below our support, and then it starts falling. Hour and a half in the day. We made $5,300 almost for the day, using 8,000. That's a great return for the day. Now this looks like it might start consolidating, as there's not that far down to the major support, and there's not that far up to the major resistance. So it looks like it's going to stay in this area, or it might go up, it might go down. Let's see. Let's go to 12. All right. So we're right here. So it fell, and it just kind of consolidated. Went down, hit that support, came back up. Yeah, it looks like it's just consolidating. So we got out We got out, yeah, we got out right here actually at this candle. We got out of here, consolidated, came down a little bit, consolidated, came down, consolidated, and then come back up. So it's going to stay in this range right here. It's 20 minutes left in the trading day. So let's review. Came up, made this first candle. We waited till the first two candles, but the first two candles were mixed, so we have to wait for the third candle. We made the support and resistance lines off of the first candle, and as it trended up, we knew that this would be major support because it was an uptrend. Now, this uptrend, well, by the time we were up here, we never thought it would come back down here. But we left these lines because the day wasn't over and we have that strong support, and it could help us in the future as well. So of these bullish bull flags we see here brought us to new highs, and then we see the consolidation right here on this resistance line and all through here, right here, and that's how we found out this was major resistance. So it couldn't break through that major resistance, and we switched to the put side, made some money all the way down, and then we knew this major support and the oversold RSI was going to have a bounce. We bounced up, made some money, sold here, and then it started going to the downside. That is a beautiful day. And that is an example of how you use price action. No other indicator except price action and maybe volume to make money with options or any type of trading. And I think that's going to be the end of this video. I know it was a little longer than I wanted it to be. I wanted to go an hour. I actually went 2 hours. I did a whole trading day instead of just the first 2 hours of trading, which I wanted to do. But I think I explained the price action going up and the price action going down. And once I put in these support and resistance lines, I didn't have to change them. And if you could see, there's 10 minutes left in the day, and these support and resistance lines are still working. They're still working. The ones I put here, they're still working. They're still working. So that's the idea of how you use price action. And these major supports and even some of these supports, they're going to help you on the next day. So you just leave them. That's why you see most of my charts are filled with lines, because I have my price action every single day, and it helps me. It helps me make that money. So good luck trading, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help out. All right, I'm going to end the video. Thanks.